Welcome to For the Fans, guys. My name's Kevin. I'm here once again with Kiley and Sheldon. Guys, wow. We're coming to you right after the episode. This is week 4. We're coming to you right after the episode. And I'm gobsmacked. I'm upset.
Why?
I am.
Why?
Why? I'm a big Cedric guy.
I'm a big Cedric guy, but he fucked up, man.
He didn't even mess up. It was Quinn. This was all Quinn's fault.
I'm
and
sorry,
we're gonna get into
bullshit.
It.
He fucked up. Why was he on the
it,
block?
Sheldon, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. It is
best episode of Big Brother in years. This is why we put up with all of the dumb shit for season after season for literally one episode like this. Like it removes my love and my faith in this show.
You know what it is, and this is what's wild is that it's all due to AI Arena, and AI Arena has completely changed the game for both the good and the bad. It's been great for like you said, the episode itself. It's been fantastic. For strategy, makes it way harder.
It does make it harder, but I mean, they have strategized around it. So I mean, I think
their ability, yeah.
I think for the most part, it's actually been a positive thing. Which
I agree. I think for both. But I think this for the show, A+. It makes their Thursday episodes are no longer foregone conclusions. There is nothing but intrigue because there's 3 options and you have 2 plans going into the elimination.
There was 3 plans though. I mean, there was honestly 3 plans going into it. No, there was 3 plans. Because depending on the 3 scenarios of who could be on the block together.
Well, that's the thing, though.
This was the first time, though, that it has been like that. Every other week, it's been like, okay, it's either Angela, it's Lisa, it's Kenny.
No, that's the thing.
The third person was always out of the equation.
There's always been 2 plays, because even this week, if Mackenzie lost, Mackenzie was going home. If Cedric's up there, Mackenzie's still
it wasn't necessarily like that. They were always thinking of the possibility of not. This was the first time where all 3 names came up as a possibility.
As I was watching all day, it was seemed as if
he was talking about
Rabina over Mackenzie.
Mackenzie if it's Mackenzie and Rabina. So it was the first time that all 3 people were a possibility.
As a faithful feed watcher, I do disagree that they were looking at truly at Cedric over Mackenzie, but I think that they were not
looking at Cedric over Mackenzie. They were looking at Mackenzie over Cedric, the possibility of doing Rabina over Mackenzie, and then they were like, "Ooh, no, maybe we don't need to do that." So that possibility, and then
I feel like Chelsea's suggestion didn't have real traction because she brought it up a couple times, but like people were like, I feel like T'Kor and Kimo were always keeping Rabina. And so I felt like that Mackenzie was going to go home all day, if that no matter if she was up there. But then, like you're talking about the best episode ever, how about that photo finish of Mackenzie and Rabina? We hit the button in and of itself, right? It was insane, and I loved it. Sheldon, what were your initial thoughts?
Yeah, listen, it was a great episode. It was a lot of fun. My only overall thought is I feel like we lost the last 10 years of boring seasons, and we've somehow gone back in time and Big Brother's fun again. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It just feels different all over again, and I'm really happy about it. This has been, without a doubt, one of the best seasons in a while. So let's go. Let's get into it.
So, with that being said, let's start with the first topic here, quitting it up. Okay, we're going to talk about quitting it up because this week has been quite the interesting thing. We come into the week with Quinn having the deep fake HOH, which was not deep or fake. Everybody knew what was happening, but his eyes were set on Tucker. Now, we did not get a chance to have the 5 p.m.ers this week. I have no idea. Why do you give Tucker 2 chances to be safe? It doesn't make sense to me, but he does that, and it allows Tucker to win veto, and it changes all of the math for everything you have to do thus forward.
Well, I just sort of feel like yeah, I completely agree with you, Kevin. And to me, it is this weird overconfidence and kind of showmanship that Quinn brings to the game, and probably his own personality. Of he wants it to be big and bold. He's not necessarily as strategic as I think he thinks he is, and he's certainly not as strategic as I think we all thought he would be in this game. He is a showman, and part of me also kind of wonders if this Quinn T'Kor thing is only getting amped up, and Quinn is taking this decision because Tucker is doing the things that he thought that Quinn thought he would be doing in this game.
No, Tucker's not doing the things that Quinn. Tucker is just wild, and
I think that Quinn thought he would be wild.
No. He thought he'd be super strategic, like you said. I think you hit the nail on the head.
He literally thought he was like the second coming of Dan Giesling, and
yeah,
he's not. And I mean, Tucker is my winner pick. He was my number one draft pick. Preseason was going hard for Quinn. I can admit that he annoys the fuck out of me. Okay. I don't think he's a terrible player. I don't think so. None of these people, none of these people are like bad people in real life. So that's refreshing. Like it's fun to root against them for game reasons. And so like, I, have laid it out there. I am down for Tucker and for Angela, and whatever needs to happen for them to do good. That is what I'm
doing. You like mess. We all know you like mess.
But, I always root for good television over good gameplay.
Yeah, I root for gameplay, and that's why the quinning it up is rough because as we talked about, I remember we were on here on the 5 p.m.ers. We were talking about the fact that as we were on live, Quinn was telling Joseph about the Pentagon. And it was like, Quinn, you're in a good spot. Ratting out all of your alliances all over the place to everyone.
No need.
It's probably not great.
It's unnecessary. It's not helpful.
Correct. And
the thing is, though, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. Like if T'Kor and Kimo actually fully were like, okay, Quinn is down with us and we know that we are his priority. We as an audience know that they actually are his priority. But for them, they're like, okay, first he formed this alliance with them, and then he formed this big alliance, and then he's kind of got us off onto the side. So like, yeah, he's telling us this, but what is he telling them when he's
Which is why, and you're hitting the nail right on the head. That's why you don't say anything and you just be in all the things, because then you could keep them to yourself because you're in a good spot. Because as of this moment, in my opinion, they have swung the power to Tucker, and now Quinn is in one of the most dangerous spots for him personally, and it's because he told them about the Pentagon. Also, this is the wildest thing to me about the Quinn's whole situation.
Just one point. And we saw that tonight when we saw T'Kor and Kimo talk about how maybe we can't trust Quinn that much.
Yeah.
Like we saw that tonight, and rightfully so. Like, I don't know if I'm T'Kor that I wouldn't be feeling the exact same thing.
When you're sitting there, to both of you guys, I was very frustrated watching this because I'm watching T'Kor and Kimo say, because of the Pentagon, we are on the bottom. If Quinn told you about the Pentagon, that means it's a 4-4 and not a 5-3. So you're not on the bottom. In fact, you're in a prime position because they don't know about you knowing. So these are good spots for you. But because Quinn just told them about it and didn't do anything more with it, like you were talking about, Kiley, making them feel more secure, they're like, we need to blow it up. We're in trouble. We need to blow this up.
Well, I don't think that that's necessarily true, though. I mean, because they.
What part's not true?
I don't think it's even. I don't think it's 4-4 necessarily.
Because if Quinn's telling you this, that means he trusts you, which means he doesn't trust the Pentagon. Because as far as we know
that. They don't know that. They don't know that he's not telling them
Kylie,
the exact same thing.
exactly what you're saying. This is exactly what you're saying.
Yeah,
Quinning it up. This is all Quinn's fault. I'm with you. I agree with you. This is a 4-4, but Quinn's like, hey, it's a 4-4. And they're like, but is it not 5-3? He should have been like, we're good. We keep Cedric right now. Then we make a move because I didn't tell them about the visionaries. I didn't tell them that Joseph
I don't
knows.
necessarily think, though, that it was 4-4. I mean, I think that ultimately,
How was it not?
What?
How was it not if Quinn's telling them, like, knowing what you know?
Because I think ultimately you don't know what Chelsea and Brooklyn and Cam and Cedric have going on with other people in the house too. So if you know that you're at the bottom of the 8 and you have that knowledge of, okay, within the 8 there's a 5, and we also know that within the 5 there's a 3 of the 3 C's, then why do we not take that opportunity to blow up the whole power?
I'm telling you why, because like you just said, that what they might have something with Mackenzie and Leah, but in the 8,
we still have the numbers.
Yeah, we have the numbers.
They have the numbers even more now because now they have pulled in Leah and Mackenzie.
They haven't though. But that's the point. They didn't pull.
So they were at the bottom of 8, and now they are at.
But Kylie, you watch the feeds.
Everybody.
You watch the feeds. Sheldon doesn't. They didn't pull in Mackenzie and Leah. They brought them in for a vote, but they don't have anything solidified with them. So they're still just out there.
We are sort of skipping ahead, but this was a little bit of my concern from the Brooklyn and the Quinn side of this. They haven't actually solidified anything with these other people. Whereas, fine, they might know that they're at the bottom of the Pentagon. They might know that they're not really in control of the core, but at least they know they're part of it, and having that information could actually help them down the line. So
no, I think like we watch this season after season where people wait too long to make a power shift, and it doesn't happen because the people don't let me finish my thought. I've not gotten one complete thought out this whole entire time. We have watched it season after season where the people that are they're included, but they're not at the top. They wait too long because the people that are at the top and are in control are going to win competitions. They are going to more solidify the power that they already have. And so when you have the opportunity, you take it. And that's what they did tonight.
This is way too early.
One caveat to that logic, though, this season is very different because
Tucker's on the other side.
Well, no, not just that. The other side is the reason they have the ability in other seasons is because of their ability to win competitions. This is not the same Big Brother because of the change in competitions. This is a very different, it's a toss-up every single night. Just because you have muscles doesn't mean you're going to win. And we saw Rabina being like a second away.
And Cedric was way out. Even the glass bridge competition was a left-right. You had to pick the right ones as you went along. All of the competitions are, as we talked about, and I love it, they're way more equitable, so that way anyone can win. But Tucker has been dominating even with the equitability. So Tucker's on the outside of this dominant, because you're right, Kylie, you are correct. There is a dominant alliance usually. They monopolize the competitions. You wait too late. But usually we're talking about that at like 10 left. There's still 13 people left in this house at this point. 3 people have gone home, and one of them have been trying to go home since before the game started. You strike, but not when you are in this dominant numerical position.
No, I disagree wholeheartedly. I think that this was a fantastic move from Kimo and T'Kor, because even at this point, I don't think that Kimo and T'Kor are public enemy number 1. They still have Tucker and Angela, these 2 big shiny targets.
I'm not worried about Angela at all. I ain't worried about Angela at all.
You aren't. But
if I'm in the house,
wants to get rid of Angela.
That's what I'm saying. If I'm in the house, I'm not worried about Angela at all. I'm worried about Tucker for sure. But the moment Tucker's gone, Kimo and T'Kor are obviously a pair. I gotta worry about them next. They've risen in the list of targets from when they were at the very bottom.
And add Rubina to that list because of
they took the power of the game into their own hands.
But
And
like,
what they do with it is up to them. And I
but it's
love
wild. It's wild though because we got all the way here because Quinn's mismanagement of this secret HOH, right?
it. Look, here's the
Now,
deal. If you, Big Brother has got to make something where if they hand out these stupid ass powers, if somebody finds out about them because you told them, then it should be an auto nom. Like,
that's
this
ridiculous.
could have been such a fun week
That's
if
It
ridiculous.
was a fun week.
did not tell everyone.
What do
You
you
can tell
mean?
the best
You just said this is the best
episode
episode. It was a great week. What are you talking about?
But it could have been fun with their twist if Quinn didn't tell everybody.
It was also fun with him knowing everything because Angela
It worked
was
out
so
well
shocked
this
when she came
fight,
up on that
But
stage.
You know-
that's usually, like, this is an anomaly. Like, we're excited about this episode because this is an anomaly. This isn't
But-
how it usually goes.
I'm sorry, this
Usually the
entire
person
season,
tells their power, and
Kylie,
everybody is too scared to do anything fun.
this entire
Who
season
cares?
has been an anomaly. And I believe the reason for that is, yes, the AI arena, yes, the 3 noms, yes, the equitable challenges. And honestly, we've got some weirdos in the cast. And I say that with the most respect. These are not usual Big Brother people. And
I am mad. I'm mad that they casted 2 Kylies who like mess in the game. By putting in Angela and Tucker, they were like, who wants to just be messy? Let's throw
What
them
do you
in the
mean,
game.
Angela doesn't like mess. She is mess.
Sheldon?
Yes, Tucker and Quinn. Tucker and
No.
Quinn are the mess.
The fact that Angela is literally laying here on the ground listening to doors.
She
Like, get
is
outta here,
mess.
Like,
That is mess.
So listen, Quinn's HOH, colossal failure.
Colossal. It was amazing.
Colossal
I
failure.
loved it. I loved
Um,
every second of it.
2 targets, Angela and Tucker couldn't get either one. Why are you giving Tucker multiple shots at this? Ridiculous. You take that subject volunteers because he thinks he has the numbers, doesn't know that Quinn ratted out the 5-person alliance because none of the other 4 had told nobody outside of the 5 about the 5. Quinn told them way early, which then got their wheels spinning, as Kylie said, because Quinn's over here just messing things up all around, and then now Quinn is in probably one of the worst spots in this game.
I love it.
I know you would. I know you would. No,
I
beloved
love it.
Angela.
But because I am chaos, I hope the other side wins HOA.
Of course. You swung back. Let's
All
go,
I
Brooklyn.
want-
Let's go, Cam. Let's go, Chelsea.
All I want is good, entertaining television. All I want is a split house. This is just everything I want in a Big Brother season.
What the
I-
hell happened with
This episode tonight, honestly, like, I was like vibrating with excitement of what was going to happen, who's going to win the AI arena, just the whole thing. It was amazing, and it like reinvigorates me to watch Big Brother.
So one of the things, Kevin, you've always told me that whenever you play online Big Brother, you love it because as long as you're cool with the HOH and you know you're not going to get nominated, we're good to go. It's fine. I am a little bit surprised because of how much I respect Chelsea and what I thought of her gameplay, how quiet she seemed to be this week, let alone Cam, who hasn't said a word in 4 weeks. Like, where was Chelsea all week?
What do you mean? She didn't need to do anything.
But that's my point. Like,
Well, she did need to do something.
she needed to
Right,
know that
right.
she did
She
nothing.
She
I
didn't
think
think she
that
needed to do anything.
has been Chelsea and Brooklyn's downfall a little bit, is that they did a very, very good job of setting themselves up into a great power structure but Chelsea especially, where they, were at the top of this, and then they just kind
insulated.
of rested, and they were
Yeah.
coasting.
But my point, guys, is that a great
Well,
player.
no, I think that they needed to have had more active gameplay this week, and they had passive, and this is what happens
And they
when
found
you
out.
kind of take
They
away
fucked around. They found out.
Yeah, but why the hell did they allow Cedric to go up in the first? Like, that should not have been
Because
thinking.
Sheldon, because they had the numbers, right? because and without this is so important and this is crucial.
They got
Without
complacent.
Quinn,
That's why.
it's not even getting complacent. If Quinn doesn't tell them about the Pentagon, Kimo, T'Kor, and Joseph don't even flip. They don't even because the basis of their whole flip, and Kylie can attest to that she watched, was them being on the bottom of the Pentagon. If they don't know about the Pentagon, the conversations aren't even there. They were, even with Rubina going up, they had at first resigned to the fact that they were going to have to vote out their friend Rubina. So Kimo was like,
I guess,
are we
listen,
sure?
what
Are
you
we
guys,
sure we have to do that?
what the two of you are saying makes complete sense. I guess what I'm saying is I held Chelsea in significantly higher esteem as a game player, and she didn't catch it, and that makes me sad. Like, that's what it is.
I don't think that this season we have, a top tier Big Brother player, but we're having a top tier season.
So, well, Kylie Smith, but
Or a top tier 4 weeks in.
I
don't think you could put
Phenomenal.
this on Chelsea because like I said, the Quinn of it all, like literally Quinn telling.
That's also a problem. Like, she saw everybody sees season 1.
I mean, yes, obviously Quinn is doing stuff that they don't know about, but Chelsea has a little minion in the house that she could have been grooming this whole time, but because this little minion bothers the shit out of her, she didn't. And that little minion is Mackenzie. And guess who
Kylie,
is ultimately
100%.
the deciding vote? Ultimately,
you are right on this.
And so that's where I'm getting at.
What do you mean that?
Chelsea
So
being
Mackenzie,
complacent this week. I'm
Mackenzie,
sorry, like when you're playing a game like that, even if someone bothers the shit out of you, you have to fake it.
So Mackenzie's been following Chelsea around.
Her best friend.
She wants to work with Chelsea. Chelsea's annoyed by Mackenzie because of just her being, and so she hasn't like really groomed her the way that she would like to be brought under the wing. Now, I do wonder what happens this week because Mackenzie and Leah are like not with Kimo and T'Kor, and like they still have a decent connection with Brooklyn and Chelsea. So I do wonder if they become if they actually bring them in now because they need the numbers.
Well, Bean says MJ does not need Chelsea now, but I wonder if she still wants her.
And that's the question. Because MJ doesn't have people. She doesn't have people. But let's get to this. The reason that we're even having this conversation because the buzzer beater. Man, this competition.
Okay, first of all, before we get into it, did anyone notice how tiny Rubina was whenever they were lined up there? The buzzer was at like her head and it was at Mackenzie and Cedric's waist. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't think we can fully comprehend how tiny she is. Like with the Olympics just ending, you see all of those pictures of like Simone Biles with Shaquille O'Neal, and you can't comprehend how tiny Simone Biles is. Rubina is like on that level. She is such a tiny little human being. And so I like paused it and I was laughing so hard at how little she was standing next to her.
As the competition was going, I was like, Rubina's little arms can only roll it so far. And she got it landed right on the rug, right there in the middle. And I loved it. I was very sad. I was very sad because I wanted Rubina to win this thing. Then that being Cedric probably would have stayed and Mackenzie would have been gone. And we would have continued on this week. But what a way for Mackenzie.
Even the competition was exciting. It was exciting last week, like watching Tucker because, personally, like I was rooting for him so hard. And so it was like, yes, Tucker dominated this. But like seeing something that literally came down to a second because they were so focused that Rubina was going to win. We didn't even see Mackenzie. You know what I mean? It was like all of a sudden Mackenzie was smacking the button and you were like, wait, what? What happened?
Yeah. And it was, and then I was watching as Cedric was throwing the balls too hard, watching them go across to the other side over and over again. And I was both upset and happy because this competition was another competition that proved anybody could win. Last night's competition, right? When they had like you said, the glass bridge each side. Fantastic, so much fun. People on the internet they were mad because they were like, Cedric cheated by watching Mackenzie. And I was like, that's stupid. That's not cheating. He watched her make a choice. He then made a choice and then made the opposite choice. And he would have had to go fast had he made the wrong decision on the last one.
Yeah.
It's how the competition went.
Do I like it? Ultimately, no. They should have probably like thrown up a divider so you didn't get to see where the other person was. Because I think ultimately I don't like that. I don't like that you're able to look over at the other person. But if they don't put it there, then it's not cheating.
Okay. I mean, I think being able to go
competition, I would have liked it if they didn't know where the other person was and couldn't watch what the other person did. That's my personal opinion.
They do this in Survivor all the time, where they're watching each other.
I hate it. I hate it in Survivor. I hate it on the challenge. All three do it. I don't like it. Right. I think that you should have to do the competitions on your own. Literally the same take I had in Survivor when they went and took the board off of Kenzie's thing, and Maria lost the competition. I don't like it. I want the competitions to be fair.
They are fair. They're doing the same competition.
They're within the realms of what they have laid out. I just don't like how they've laid it out. But if that's how Big Brother and Survivor and the Challenge want to conduct their competitions, it's not cheating. I just don't like it.
Okay.
Fair. This competition. Did you think they should have dividers today too?
No.
It's not something you're looking at the other person and
no, but you can watch how they're moving their hand.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you can watch. You can get an advantage by watching.
Y'all honestly think that's the same thing. I don't know what to say to y'all.
Yeah, exactly. Whom is the same with mine. But
again, I love this competition because I feel like it's something I can do, and no other competitions do I feel I could do. However, what I will say, equity and all, if Rubina's legs were a little longer, she may have made it in time.
Yeah, I was messaging with a friend, and I was like, Rubina, you slow bitch.
It was so crazy, and it was the thing that I thought was so funny is that Kylie said this episode was fantastic, and it was because of how the AI arena turned out. If we get all of that, we don't talk about Mackenzie at all, and then Mackenzie ends up losing. All that setup would have been for nothing.
Right. I mean, it literally worked out best case scenario for the editors because all of the setup that they gave you, and I think they did a phenomenal job of editing the conversations. Like, so oftentimes you're like, this isn't exactly how this all happened. They did a really, really great job of showing how this flip could possibly come. And, and then it works out exactly how it needed to with Cedric and Rubina on the block. They couldn't have scripted it better.
Correct. And what a way for it to work out for them. I just couldn't believe how Rubina got how the competition was going to go pretty quickly. Mackenzie became a quick learner, right? She learned on the fly. Cedric was just too busy going too fast, ended up being his downfall.
Well, Mackenzie at some point was ahead, and she knocked some of her balls over. And that's what allowed Rubina to actually get better.
But Rubina's seemed to never roll to the other side. They seem to just stay on the one side.
Yeah, I don't think she had enough strength for it to.
Yeah, little arms. Yeah. So they were getting to the top, and that's why it took her so long to knock them off, because she didn't have enough strength to power them through. The competition tonight. The veto competition itself, these competitions have been great. I still think it was a mistake for Quinn to let Tucker not have to just go into the AI arena. He should just have to compete this one time, because here we go. Tucker might have won today, but he could have not, based on the competition itself.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been a toss-up. I mean, all of them in the AI arena have been toss-ups, truly. And, maybe the veto competitions have been a little bit more skill-based, a little, but the AI arena have truly been toss-up, almost carnival games. This was, a skee ball, and the wind tunnel. they're doing a really, really great job. And I'm just hoping it continues.
Well, I actually don't know if AI Arena is going to continue.
Yeah.
It may. They didn't say it wasn't. But one thing that Julie finally got that she's been asking for 3 weeks is a little bit of an old school scramble. She lets them once again. I appreciated Julie trying her best to prime them this time. She said, "So before I announce, you're going to get a few moments to discuss and strategize about what's going to happen, and then we're going to vote. So you will be strategizing, then we'll be voting.
Praise Jesus.
Now, the winner is Mackenzie.
You
Then
must
you
go
like step
strategy.
back. Yeah, that was time. You can strategize. And then you immediately see T'Kor and Kimo get pulled to the corner. And then Julie's like,
So here's one of the things that
And I think everybody took advantage of it. Both of the nominees were talking to people. People were talking to people. We had Brooklyn straight up telling Rabina to her face, "So sorry, sis. Love ya,
The
but
votes
I
aren't
gotta
there.
go
Yeah.
out tonight."
yeah,
Well,
she
so-
chose those right there.
yes and no. I sort of felt Rabina in previous Big Brother worlds, Rabina would have known she's the one that's staying in this situation, right?
Mhm.
And it was a surprise when Cedric left. And to me, like I sort of felt like they were talking, but they weren't actually talking because they were just saying what they needed to say in the moment to get out of that conversation. Because the decisions had been made before. There wasn't that
Mhm.
time to actually like nobody changed their mind in those 2-3 minutes. It was all preset. So
Mhm.
yes, it was talking, but it was
Didn't
relevant.
necessarily change their minds, but there was definitely some confirmation done of like, yep, we're doing this.
Certainly.
Kimo,
Certainly.
T'Kor,
Certainly.
they
And
were talking
those
to Leah.
But what was interesting is that it wasn't a discussion of Cedric or Rubina actually trying to flip the vote or do something. It was everybody else talking. That was the real, I guess, game talk.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting because Brooklyn tells Rabina that she's going home. Rabina's, and that's very obviously what was said to her, right? I mean, she leaves the conversation with Rabina and she's crying. She's trying to get a word in with people real quick. Even when the vote comes out, she yelps in excitement because she thought she was going home. It was she had no idea. So obviously Brooklyn told her the votes aren't there. And that's where I go back to you, Sheldon, where you're saying that Chelsea and Brooklyn rested on their laurels. They thought the vote was locked in based on everything they knew because they had the votes in the collective alone. In the collective alone, they have the numbers. And so
that said, I actually believe that Brooklyn is in a far better place than Chelsea because at least Brooklyn, it seems to me that everybody wants Brooklyn on their team, on her team. It doesn't feel the same way as Chelsea.
Well, no. So for the non-feed watchers, everyone's kind of clocked that Chelsea's playing a good game. Everyone's clocked that she's playing a good game. They think Brooklyn's game is not that good, which makes it even better. So that's really what it is. Because they're like, I mean, Joseph thinks he's playing the best game after
The
Chelsea.
second best game after Chelsea, yeah.
After Chelsea. When just yesterday, he asked Quinn who's playing the best game. Quinn's like, I think Chelsea and then Brooklyn. And then Joseph's like, no, it's Chelsea, then me.
I don't think Joseph's playing a bad game.
What is he doing?
Correct. Well, he was the leader of the collective. He was
and
the
he's
one.
in a really good position. He's got his
Tucker.
little alliance with Quinn. He's in the collective, and then he has the secret alliance with Tucker. And obviously, he is in on the flip tonight. So,
Well, the collective
I think
isn't.
Joseph is actually doing a phenomenal job. But
hold on, the collective is nothing right now. They just
now
blew up the collective. So I don't know what he has or doesn't have. To be honest, he's nobody's number one. He's I don't think anybody is going to give up their game right now for Joseph.
I think the only people in that house that would give up their game for the other people are Kimo and T'Kor.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody else feels that strongly about anybody.
Correct.
That is weird.
This season is super interesting because the gameplay itself, everyone's a little gun shy, everyone's a little wary. Nobody's keeping really good secrets, but the people that are keeping secrets don't know that other people are ratting out their secrets, right? So,
Well, then
like,
if other people know their secrets, then they're not keeping good secrets.
because like the 5 points think that they're a secret, but
They're not
Brooklyn
a secret
told-
because Brooklyn told everybody.
immediately. The Pentagon were a secret, but they weren't because Quinn told immediately. The Visionaries is a secret, but they're the only secret alliance.
But
Angela
what
joined that alliance.
Whenever Quinn has a confrontation with Kimo and T'Kor.
Correct, because Quinn was not on this vote either. So, like, this is going to be an interesting. There's not enough. Everyone, and it's either one of two things. Either everyone's a good game player, or everyone's a not good game player. And I say that because
I think it can be less than not good, or not less than not good, more than not good, in that I think that we have several decent players. I think Brooklyn is decent. I think Chelsea is decent. I think Joseph is decent. And I think Quinn is decent.
yeah.
And then we have some non-players like Cam and honestly Leah and Mackenzie. They are non-players.
No, they're not.
And
They're
then-
not playing.
And then you've got and I think
Chaotic
I'm sorry,
players.
I should have included T'Kor and Kimo into the good players. And then you've got Tucker and Angela.
Who are chaotic players. We have
Might
chaotic.
I ask, why do I love Leah so much?
don't
Every
know.
time she's on the screen, I'm like, I want more of you, and I want you on all of my
She does
reality.
absolutely nothing. She does absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I mean the first week I was kind of high on her, and then not anymore.
No, I don't think I don't know what she's doing in the game.
Yeah,
But
nothing.
she's just like fun.
she's
She's
okay.
Sheldon. She is a bottle girl from Miami.
Maybe I like a good bottle girl from Miami.
Correct. Like that's
Okay.
they're fun. They're meant to be fun. Like
I don't
that's.
know what that means. What's a bottle girl?
So you ever been to a club?
She dresses hot and brings bottles.
What do you mean,
That's
like
big.
baby bottles? She's a night nurse?
No. When she's at the club, stop it, Sheldon. When she's at the club, she brings the bottles to the table. She's nice. She's communicative.
Sexy.
She's fun.
Mm.
They're having
Okay.
fun. They're having fun. They're smiling. They're dancing. Everybody's having a good time. They're
She
getting
wants a
more and
tip.
more money out your wallet.
Okay.
She wants tip. She wants money. She wants to buy more bottles. It's a lot of fun.
Is she going to fall in love with Joseph after he
No.
gains 20 pounds?
She is. This is an interesting house. So we get an interesting house, and so we get this scramble, and it just puts you in the loop, and you can tell that either T'Kor and Kimo were going to stand on business, or they're going to fall back and like give up, and they ended up standing on business. Congrats to them. It led to Kylie's favorite
and then
moment.
also, I liked both nominees' speeches. I liked Ravina's. I liked Cedric's. They both spoke about the actual game and then just use it as a shout out time. And so, once again, the speech isn't going to sway anything, but I still just appreciate the gesture of trying to talk about the game.
Yeah, both of you, for 2 weeks, for 2 seasons, we're talking about the youngsters, right? Because I've been a big fan of both Corey and Cedric. The only time I saw Cedric's age was when he had to give his speech because it was a rambling mess because he was nervous as hell, and he was all it was a scattershot.
I'm sorry.
No,
No,
no, listen, Sheldon.
the
Sheldon,
fact
it wasn't.
the fact
Sheldon, let me
that
finish. Sheldon, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It was. I'm not saying it was bad.
Oh,
But
no.
he was all over the place because he was so nervous in this moment. In this moment, he was nervous and not as composed as he wanted to be. So
I
he
don't
was
think it was bad though. I thought it was kind of endearing.
not bad.
Like
Not
I
bad.
loved everything
was
about
genuine.
the episode.
It was very
I
genuine.
loved the
so
outcome,
sorry.
but
My
I wish it hadn't been to Cedric. Like he seems like a really, really good.
Good dude.
yeah,
He's a
a-
good dude.
he's a good guy. But to your point, I was disagreeing, Kevin, to your point of the only time I saw his age. I'm sorry, putting yourself on the block, is
No, dude,
is a
people
young
volunteer.
is a young kid
People
who is a
People
little
volunteered. Angela volunteered. Kenny volunteered. He's an
No.
old man. Kenny
Sorry,
volunteered
no.
for 3 weeks.
He-
Kenny
a good
volunteered for 2
player-
weeks.
A good player does not volunteer.
A good
Kenny
player,
volunteered
but that
for 2
doesn't
weeks.
equal a young player.
Yeah.
I think
Thank you.
that was his age. I think that if Cedric was
Then
10
what
years
about
older,
Kenny? Kenny volunteered last week.
He didn't
Tucker
want to be
volunteered last week.
there.
Tucker volunteered last week.
Tucker, Angela.
Oh, Tucker is
Cedric.
insane.
Is it because he's young or older? Or what is it? It's like you
It's
said,
because
age
he's
for
gray.
volunteering.
He's a
His
lot.
age for volunteering. I'm saying like the volunteering wasn't a good move. There was some hubris there because he thought he would win the competition. That's
Well,
hubris.
I have a
yeah,
lot of faith in
It's a
Cedric.
cockiness issue, not an
It's
age.
hubris. It's hubris. It's hubris.
My sense, so you guys might be right, but my sense is because I see Cedric being an extremely like successful human. Like whatever he does, like I think he's gonna have a great family. He came out with his Bible. I was actually very sad when the Bible fell on the floor. I'm like, pick that up. That's not allowed on the floor.
I think Cedric does one season of the challenge and then goes and does something else in life. I think MTV's gonna call him out because he's young, so he's perfect for what they want. They need to get younger. He's 21.
He's so cute, and he seems so pure.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
I mean, like as a married mother, as Brooklyn would say, I would love for Cedric to have been my son. Like he represented himself so well,
Yes.
and I hate
Good
that
person.
he had to go out. Like I did not necessarily want it to be Cedric that left, but I love what happened.
You like? I wish
love
it was,
what happened. I hate who it happened to.
I wish it was
Well, speaking
Cam.
of
If
it-
it was one of those three.
Bro, yeah, so do I, man.
Yeah, I
Like,
wish it
Get
didn't.
to the-
And there's
to the blind
nothing,
side,
nothing
Butterbean.
against Cam. He's just there,
Man,
taking up
he's just
space.
there. Well, that's what led us to this, man. This blind side was wild. Okay. Tucker goes in first, obvious vote for Rabina. Second person that goes in, Mackenzie, obvious vote for Rabina because Cedric put her up last week. Then we get Leah in there. No, Leah's next. Leah's in there next.
And then commercial break. And I was like,
Expected vote. And I was like, okay, when they come back from this commercial, we're going to get Chelsea, Brooklyn, and Cam. It's going to be 3-3, and then we're going to see how this goes. Come back from commercial. Well, first off, when Leah voted, she's crying, right? Leah's crying, and I'm like, this is bad because, like we just said, seems like a genuine good dude that everybody liked, and they hated that this was happening. But here we are. We get her crying. Kimo sitting there, very obviously broken up. Starts to vote, cries, votes to evict Cedric, and he starts crying, and I'm like, it's happening. It's happening. We next get Chelsea, Rabina, Brooklyn, Rabina, Cam, Rabina. Then the next person that comes in is T'Kor and locks it done. It's over. T'Kor cries a little bit when she says it. Joseph comes in.
No, T'Kor was cold blooded. She did not break
I didn't
down.
feel that. So it's hard because
He
T'Kor
was-
has the accent. So I wasn't sure.
Killer.
But then Joseph comes in there looking like he's pissed off about what he has to do. And he votes for Cedric. Not even a funny quip to Julie this time. Just comes in, hates this vote,
You know what?
votes out Cedric.
And even just like watching the 6 people that not any of the 6 people that voted Cedric out gave a shout out. I was like, see, this is intense. They are playing the game. They are focused. And they went in, they stood on business, as Kevin says, and they did the damn thing, and then they left, and they didn't even give a shout out. It was amazing.
They were already so broken up about what they had to do. They couldn't think about cousin Tommy and Aunt Lydia or whoever at the house. Like they weren't thinking about none of them people.
That's how Big Brother should be.
You want the meth and no shout outs. You want the competitions covered up. So we get to the vote itself. The vote's a 6-3 vote. They say Rabina saying she shouts. Now this is where if I voted to vote out Cedric, I'm looking at the people I voted with in this moment, Sheldon. I'm looking at them in this moment and saying, we fucked up. Because we voted out Cedric, Rubina screams, hugs Tucker, and Tucker doesn't let her go. And I look at everyone else that I voted with and said, we fucked up. We fucked up. Because this is a showmance, and we saved her life, and Tucker did that. As far as she's concerned, Tucker saved her life.
I disagree so
We fucked up.
I disagree because they are now even more of a target than ever before.
Right, exactly. You have Tucker's target did not diminish. If anything, it has gotten even bigger. Like, they want his head on a platter.
And I actually believe that's part of the reason why T'Kor and Kimo decided to make that move, because they knew they would be insulated from both sides either way, and they would have maybe this Quinn, Chelsea, Cam, Brooklyn on one side. You have these big Tucker and Rubina on the other side, and they could play the middle and be chill and be relaxed.
And we are really going to get to see what level of game players Kimo and T'Kor are by how they are able to do damage control. How do they do damage control with the collective, specifically with Quinn? And I think how they handle that and how they come out of this is going to speak volumes as to what level of game players they are. Like, maybe they can elevate themselves from good game players to great game players.
Am I wrong in my assessment? It seems from what I see, Kimo is a little bit of the brains, but T'Kor is the permission. T'Kor is the one that says, okay, let's go. Am I wrong with that? Like I guess what I'm trying to say is this is a really interesting pair because it's sort of like they balance each other's pros and cons with each other.
I don't necessarily completely agree with that. I think Kimo is definitely the better strategic person, but I don't think that he necessarily needs T'Kor's permission to do it.
Well, I guess my point is he wouldn't.
I think that they are a package deal, and I don't think Kimo would have done it without T'Kor. I mean, they could have still had the numbers without if they had it split up, but they are a pair. And I mean, I think that they are more of a pair than Tucker and Rubina, but they're quiet and they're under the radar, and Tucker and Rubina are not.
Yep. Can we also have a style discussion just for a second?
A style?
Yeah. Could you explain the hats on T'Kor and the 16 pairs of glasses?
They're her crochet business.
I don't like it.
Well, then don't purchase from her business.
Don't buy it from her business.
I don't like it.
Promoting her brand in one of the least annoying ways that anybody has promoted their brand before.
I don't get it.
She's just wearing her fashion, whereas Swaggy C came out of the house with like a t-shirt launcher.
A t-shirt launcher. Anyways, so I just don't get the hat.
Am I personally like a big fan of crochet clothing? Not really. So, I mean, I'm probably not going to buy anything from T'Kor, but I think she's doing a good job branding herself.
Okay.
And she's not annoying.
Kevin, are you going to buy a crochet hat?
No.
Is it just me back? Can't hear him.
I can't hear Kevin either. Kevin's gone. Kevin is now inside the Big Brother house where...
Can you guys hear me now? Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
No, this has been one of the most inoffensive displays of her brand. I love it.
Oh, no. I'm not discussing about her marketing skills. I just don't like the hat.
Right.
And the 6 pairs of glasses at a time.
I think
I can't see her face.
No, shut up. She needs the glasses.
She's kind of funky. So
yeah. That's like talking about your glasses. You're the last one to glasses shame somebody. You wear glasses on this podcast.
No. Excuse me. She wears like these dark glasses, and then on her hat she has another pair of glasses, and on her ass there's another pair. Like there's glasses coming out of everywhere.
So she just has nice style. You just don't understand what style is. Do you have a
That's her style, and I don't have any problems with it. Is it my personal style? No, I would look like
not style shaming. I'm just saying I don't like it. I'm Joan Rivers. I'm on the red carpet. I tell the truth.
Like if I tried to dress like T'Kor, I would look like a clown. But she looks cute and she can pull it off. So
yeah, she does, and it's just stylish. Stop style shaming.
Bless your heart.
This is bless your heart. There's going to be
what?
Quite a bit of fallout from this blindside.
Oh. I hope they're fighting right now.
I can't wait. I cannot wait. We are going into an endurance comp where not one person is going to be throwing this. And I've got the feeds pulled up. They are not even down right now for the comp. I don't know what time we're going to start this, but everybody gets to compete. And not one person is going to throw it.
I don't know. So Angela gets to compete?
I believe so. I believe that is what they said, that Angela and Quinn both get to compete.
That's weird.
It's going to be amazing.
I don't know if that's.
I think Quinn and Angela should both have to throw it, or actually, I think Angela outright shouldn't even compete, and that Quinn should have to throw it like Claire had to do. Consistency would be great.
Because we need a Jag situation. Where Jag won twice in a row, which was
ridiculous. We don't want that.
Who do you think wins the wall?
I mean, I think there's a lot of people that could win. I think Chelsea could win. I think Quinn could win. I think Tucker could win. I think Rabina could win. Leah could. I mean, typically that smaller build does well, but then last season we saw Jared win, so maybe Cam can win. I mean, literally, who the hell knows?
Mackenzie.
So
I don't think Angela's going to win.
Sheldon, I want you.
She's not even getting up there.
Sheldon, I want you to take me through a Leah HOH.
Leah HOH. She comes out there and she starts feeding everybody a lot of food. And by the end of the week, she sees who gains the most weight. And that's the person she marries. Welcome to the Big Brother.
Literally not how the game of Big Brother works at all.
Not even for a second. That's not how the game works at all. For her. So, okay, Kiley, Kimo wins HOH. Take me through it.
I think he's pulling out the guns, and I think he's probably throwing those 3 up on the block. I think he's going to just draw the line in the sand, and I think he's going to go for.
Do you think we still have 3 nominees in the AI Arena?
Yes.
I don't know.
I think it's been too good of a season for them to stop it. And I also, to your question, Kevin, about Kimo, Kimo doesn't win. He's going to throw it.
Oh, yeah, I know Kimo is not going to throw it, but Kimo is not going to win. T'Kor could win.
I hope she and he throw it, even if they can win.
No.
They do not need to be in any power position. They're perfect. Chill, folks. Go put on your hat.
They might could throw it if Tucker is left and Rabina is left. But I mean, as long as you have the 3 people that you just betrayed up, you got to stay up.
Tucker's still
as a married mother. Eileen, take me through a Brooklyn HOH.
I think Brooklyn is. Ooh, that's interesting. I could see Brooklyn doing a Joseph for one, because he went against the collective, this whole thing that he put together, and I don't think she has a great personal relationship with him. And I think that she's probably going to do a Rabina. She just incorrectly voted her out. I think she does Tucker. You
think she puts Tucker up straight away? If there's 3.
I think that they're going to continue to do what they're doing. And I think I love the AI arena, and I hope that they bring it back next year. I think that they should do it to jury, and then at jury it goes away. So another week or 2.
Fair. So then I think in that situation, I'm just trying. What would you do?
Very, very interesting week. Whoever wins, I'm so excited.
I agree. I
hope one of them wins.
You guys know, Well, before we do that, give me Sheldon. Give me a Joseph HOH.
I really actually have no idea because I'm not certain who Joseph is with, who he's not. My assumption would be he would probably go for Chelsea, Cam, Brooklyn, Quinn. But even that, like, I don't know. I feel he's closer to Quinn. I don't know. I'm so confused about Joseph's game. I don't know.
Fair.
I think there's a lot of question marks this week. I think it is going to be very, very interesting. Like, I cannot wait for this wall comp to start. Let's go.
Yes. The last one that I have no idea what would happen whatsoever if Mackenzie wins. No clue.
I personally think she's going to go for the 3 that did not vote with them. I just truly think that at that point in time, you're just like, you know what? I don't know what to do here. So I think I need to go with the solid numbers. And this side right now has them. We had a massive momentum shift this episode. And I think if you voted in that, why would you nominate within it?
Because I don't think anything's solidified there. I think they voted together.
I don't think it's solidified, but why would you then turn around and nominate someone from it?
But you see, this is, I believe, where Chelsea comes back and proves she's a good player to me. If she could somehow get the 2 of them, and they maybe there's a chance to do something this week.
I think Angela goes up with almost anyone that wins, and then you got to pick 2 based on how that's going. I think that's kind of, you can roll your eyes. You like Angela's not with anyone really. No one really likes Angela,
and they need to leave her the hell alone.
She's not actually. She's with Tucker because he saved her one time, but he was trying to make a different move.
In all seriousness, I just need Angela to make it to jury. I think she would be a great first member of the jury. But I need her on finale night. I need her causing chaos in the jury house. But I don't think I need much more Angela past jury.
You know what's funny, man?
But
Angela,
I still need her for another couple of weeks because she's great.
We saw Angela beg to get into an alliance today. We saw that they were like, Tucker was like, sure, I guess. So then she was now in this alliance. We saw Angela literally laying on the ground, listening in on this conversation. This woman is wild. And it's a lot.
Wherever they found her, have y'all heard that TikTok?
They found her on Dr. Phil, on The Price is Right. Let's make a deal.
I love
America's Most Wanted.
Let's duplicate her. We have now 2 seasons in a row had this, like cracked out older woman. And this is an archetype I fully support. We need a Miss Felicia. We need an Angela every season.
I don't
forget casting the undercover old man cop. We don't need that. It's not successful. But what is
Derek won.
Old woman, huh?
Derek won.
Well, hold on. I do not see Angela and Felicia the same, like, at all. Like, I want to be friends with Felicia. Angela would make me nuts.
Felicia is definitely more lovable, but I'm fully entertained by Angela, but she's definitely gives big Karen energy.
Guys, I think it is time. We're now at 12 players left in the game, and it is time for my patented rankings. We're going to be ranking from 12 to 1 who has the best chance to win at the 1 spot, the least likely to win at the 12 spot. Sheldon, we are going to start with you. Start at number 12. Who's the least likely to win?
Okay, so the least likely to win is Angela.
Okay.
Followed by, I'm just looking at the people. I'm going to say Leah.
Okay.
Then Cam.
Mm-hmm.
Then Rabina. Then Mackenzie. Quinn, Joseph, Chelsea, T'Kor, T'Kor, Kimo.
So you have Kimo as the most likely to win.
Yeah, he's my winner right now.
Okay. What about you, Kylie? What is yours from 12 to 1?
Yeah, my mother, Angela, at the bottom. She's not going to win. It's very sad and tragic. I mean, I think from there that you have a bottom tier, and I think Sheldon hit most of them. Rubina's down there. Mackenzie, Leah, Cam. I think those 4 are kind of interchangeable. They're not going to win. Then of the remaining 7, probably T'Kor, because he's not good at the game. He's too big of a target. Probably Quinn. I think he's got too big of a target on him. Then it gets really interesting. I kind of feel a little bit that Chelsea and Brooklyn are clocked a little bit. So I'm going to put them at like 5 and 4. And then top 3, I'm going to give to Joseph. I think I'm going to go with Joseph's thing here a little bit. I'm going to go T'Kor 3, Joseph 2, and Kimo 1.
So for myself, I see things very similarly, but also way different. What I mean by that is number 12, I should say, Angela, for sure. Number 11, I have Leah. Number 10, I have T'Kor here. Because T'Kor has to jag it up. He's got to jag it up to get it done. And these comps aren't all the comps Jag had.
Unless T'Kor can somehow, if one of those people that just voted with him, like a Kimo or a T'Kor, were to win HOH this week, and he can have a week off to calm the fuck down, and he actually does it, and he calms the fuck down, then maybe he can get the target off of them a little bit.
Hold on, Kylie.
But I don't know if he has the game capabilities.
Let me ask you this question real fast. I want you to tell me you can't see this scenario. T'Kor wins. She puts up.
Can't see that scenario.
She puts up. It's no more AI Arena. She puts up Brooklyn and Cam because she likes Chelsea. She does like Chelsea, so she puts up Brooklyn and Cam. No more AI Arena. Cam wins veto. There is no more AI Arena. She puts up T'Kor. Can you not see that scenario? Because
I don't see it this week.
Really?
Yeah, I don't see it this week.
No. I think it's too soon after the flip.
We're talking about too soon. They were talking about that for Cedric, taking them out. Kylie said you take the shots when you can take them.
I don't think so. I think they take a few weeks. I just don't think, first of all, I'm sorry, I just do not see T'Kor or Kimo ever winning this competition, not because of abilities, but because I think it puts them in a really bad position in the game. They do not need any blood on their hands. They've made enough blood, and they've kept their hands pretty blood-free, even with the blood they've done.
True.
They should not be around that HOH room at all.
I think, though, whoever outside of Angela, I think anyone that has a backdoor shot at T'Kor takes it. I think every single person outside of Rubina.
I think the people that voted to keep him, or to keep Rubina, I mean, maybe you could see Leah or Mackenzie doing it.
I mean, T'Kor was going home last week if he didn't win the AI Arena.
Sure,
he thought he was going to be safe.
It's a week later.
But they all are.
Like, if AI Arena is gone, and the only way.
But why are we assuming it's gone when we haven't?
Well, I don't think it's gone. That's
we're not assuming. We're not assuming.
But my point, if it is gone, why do it this week? You've got 8-9 weeks.
Because of exactly what Kylie said when we started the show. You wait too long, and then it's too late. Tucker's already proven he can win a lot of comps. The moment you can take the shot to backdoor him, you gotta do it.
I don't agree with it.
You're the one that said it, though.
No, I don't agree with it for them with Tucker, because Tucker isn't this kingpin that has this whole alliance formed around
Cedric
him.
wasn't kingpin either.
Cedric may not have been the kingpin, but he was a integral part of. I mean, Cedric, Chelsea, and Cam were at the top of this, and T'Kor and Kimo knew that. So you have the 3, you have the 5, you have the 8, and they're at the top of that. So Cedric may not have been Chelsea, who is, the queen, but if you can take out one of the knights, do it. And I just don't think that Tucker has those structures built in place, and he's always going to be a target. Like, Tucker and Cedric are not the same person. Like, Cedric is so chill and calm and cool and collected. Like, it would have been hard to have ever seen somebody just outright targeting Cedric. People are still going to outright target Tucker. I don't think they have to do it. I think the opportunity is still going to present itself for Tucker.
I think you're talking out of both sides of your mouth, though. Like,
No,
I hear everything you just said, but of course you disagree. But like, I say that because I think he is a danger to your game because of his ability to win comps. Like, he's not a danger to me socially, no, but his comp ability it weighs heavier than this power structure, because even if he has no one, if he has the ability to win these comps, he's going to be able to win. So it's like the first chance I get to open these comps back up to all of us.
Does he win a comp from the final 12 on? Probably not.
Jag did. I feel like Jag won every single week. I don't even know when he stopped winning or when he started winning.
Jag did win competitions that were very
correct
geared towards Jag's strength.
100%.
So, I mean, so far these competitions have been things that anybody could win. Tucker has done well in winning them, but I mean, he's only won one more competition than Angela has. So, like,
when you say it like that,
I'm just saying. I don't think they have to take Tucker out. I think somebody else will.
So my rankings, I got Angela last, I got Leah next. I do have Tucker here at 10. I think that it's going to be incredibly hard to win out to get there. Can he do it? Yeah, I had Jag low because, I mean, if Jag doesn't win all them cops, Jag goes home any of them weeks. So I had him low too. But I have Tucker low because he's got to win all them comps to get there. Next at 9, I have Mackenzie. Next I have Cam at 8. 7, I have Quinn. 6, I have Brooklyn. 5, I have Chelsea. It was quite the tumble for them. It was quite the tumble for Chelsea and Brooklyn from the top spot. That means I have Joseph, T'Kor, Kimo, and
Rubina. Where are you gonna put
Rubina
homegirl? Because that's what I'm waiting for.
I have. You know what? Actually, I have Rubina right here above Chelsea. Right here above Chelsea. And let me tell you why. Because
she can't get the protein powder.
Because she's short, Sheldon? I'm short. That's not a reason for her to not win, Sheldon.
Okay, so I'm being rude about style and about height.
Yeah.
Are you a woman hater?
I actually love Rubina a lot. I kind of want to be her friend.
That's why I think Rubina's 4, because I think Rubina has a lot of personal connections in there of people that like her. And like we were just talking about, she's only a target because of Tucker. The moment Tucker's gone, Rubina, which I thought was real cute that Leah earlier this week was like, I want to keep both of them because then that leaves 2 targets. No, honey, the moment Tucker's gone, Rubina fades back into the background. She's no longer a target. Nobody's looking at her anymore.
Well, no, I think she's meaning those are 2 immediate targets.
But yeah, she said, I want to keep Rubina because I keep 2 targets in front of me. If they take out Tucker, you're now back.
I think she's meaning like this next week. There's 2 nominations.
Then if it's this next week, then I get
But I will just say, like, one thing to Kevin's point. One of the best things that can happen in the next week or two to Rubina is Tucker leaving.
Yes, absolutely.
Like that is what propels her to going down the game really far.
So I have
I
Rabina
just don't
there.
think she has win equity. I think she has
Yes.
long-term game equity, but I don't see her having the skills to win the game.
Well, I have Rabina here at 4. I have Kimo at 3. I have T'Kor at 2, and I have Joseph at 1.
Wow.
Because I think Joseph can explain his game better than the other two, even though the other two like made this move. Joseph is actively trying to make moves. Even this move in and of itself, T'Kor, and Kylie can attest to this, T'Kor and Kimo went back and forth about this for 3 days.
I'm sure.
About a move that they were 100% in control of. It was up to them regardless, and Kimo had to get T'Kor on board, and one of the main reasons Kimo did it is because he had the crush on Tucker. And that was one of the, they liked Rabina. Like, that was the reasons they did it, was because they were on the bottom of the Pentagon. Kimo really wanted to make sure Tucker stayed happy. That's so important. Yes. And Rabina's their homegirl. Those are the reasons that it happened. Joseph would have done it because of the strategic point of it. Those were the emotional reasons that Kimo did it. And not saying that it's bad to have emotion, but I think Joseph will be able to make more strategic moves with his brain more than his heart. And I think brain moves do better than heart moves.
Time will tell, Kevin. Time will tell.
I mean, we're pretty much in agreement on like who the top 4 basically are.
Yeah,
top 3
at the moment. At the moment, I think this is.
Joseph, those 3 are kind of, they're all up there for us. So.
And I think Sheldon is right, though. This is going to be a big week to see what happens with Brooklyn and Chelsea. Let's see if they move back into that one of those top spots, because they were playing good games. They had good structure, but this really put a damper in them. Poor Cedric, man. The kid was playing a good game. Good dude. Just don't volunteer.
Dude.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't volunteer.
I want to adopt him. He is precious. I want to adopt him.
Don't volunteer, ladies and gentlemen. That's all you got to do is don't volunteer. Cedric played a good game.
He didn't play a good game. He played a terrible game.
Don't volunteer. He was playing a good game until he volunteered. That was a terrible move. You know what the funny thing is, before we just get out of here? One of the reasons that Tucker hated him was because he told him the votes aren't there. Use the veto on yourself. Tucker said, fuck that. I'm going to do what I want to do. He did what he wanted to do. Quinn still went up, and the votes still weren't there, just like he said. That was the wild. I was like, I don't know why he didn't bring this up to Tucker. Like, Tucker, I told you the votes weren't there. The votes came out. The votes weren't there. Kenny went home. Like I told you, there was no chance Quinn was. America put Quinn up for you, and he still didn't go home. Why do you still have beef with me? Why do you still want to take me out?
Boys.
Because,
boys will be boys.
Am
I wrong here? He told him.
Yeah, I mean, Cedric didn't necessarily do anything wrong, except that he should have, I guess it should have been a more detailed conversation with Tucker where he laid out numbers of like, okay, this is not going to happen. I don't know. But he made enemies with Tucker, and then he let that and that public call out by Tucker drive him to make this very, very bad decision of volunteering for the block.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was amazing. What a week.
What a week.
What a month of Big Brother. I have thoroughly enjoyed it. I have enjoyed this season more than I have enjoyed a season since
Kevin Jacobs.
BB20.
No.
BB20. I love 23 personally.
Well, it was 23.
Exactly.
Cook out.
It wasn't a very good season. Great alliance. Very boring gameplay. They were phenomenal.
I enjoy steamrolls. I enjoy control. I do.
Yeah, they were great, but the television itself wasn't entertaining. The Cookout is the best alliance to ever play the game, but it wasn't fun to watch.
But we got Tiffany out of that, and Tiffany is a star forever.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
I love
like Kylie likes mess. I do not like mess. So I like when there's controlled gameplay. And so I find it very interesting when you're watching like master classes. With Dan, you get a benefit of chaos and control. Derek was just control. Will was chaos and control.
Yes, Will, phenomenal. Love that.
Dan, chaos and control. A lot more control than chaos. Derek was just control.
Yeah,
Cody was
boring.
just control.
Boring.
Wildly enough, Tyler was a lot of control till he fell in love.
But
then he
but
lost all
he was
control.
with chaos around him. JC, he's a little weirdo, but that's fine. He was great on television. Brett was great on television, and so I like, it's great if you can have people like a Tyler and a Dan or a Derek or somebody amidst fun gameplay too.
Yeah, I get it, and I agree with you there. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll be back on Monday. We will be doing the 5 p.m.ers, the West Coasters. We will be back on Monday to talk to you about everything that happened over the weekend. It's going to be interesting. I want to see this AI instigator. Oh, last thing before we get off here. This deepfake HOH was stupid all week. They should have been doing the digital person giving the noms all along. By doing it just this week for the deepfake, right. So dumb. They should have had it all the time. Then that way you could actually hide the power. That's why that was stupid.
Well, and it was pointless because everybody knew.
No, but outside of Quinn telling everybody,
Quinn can't keep nothing to himself.
Quinning it up, but outside of Quinn doing that, like the power itself was dumb. Only for that reason. I like a good HOH takeover, but if you're gonna do it with this
it could have been really, really fun, but it wasn't.
Yeah. And then I'm really not interested in this AI instigator type situation, because if I'm in the house, I'm like, what is this? Oh, all of a sudden a deepfake Angela is saying that we're making shit up, or the Kiley hates Sheldon. Why is this coming up here now? And this is weird.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the saboteur. We've been here. We've done this.
Yeah. I'm not concerned about it if I'm in the house. I'm like, oh, okay. But the wall.
They did say it comes with a power if they've done a good job. So I'm voting for Tucker.
They get a prize. No, they don't get a power. They get a prize.
I thought it said a power.
No prize. You get the depth.
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm still voting for Tucker because he at least needs a prize for being a phenomenal.
Sure.
Although Angela can too, but she's not going to get it because the casuals
hate her. Yeah, casuals hate her. I hope the casuals come around on Chelsea now that she's an underdog. The wildest thing people on the internet said that I don't like Chelsea because she's in such a good spot, so I do not like Chelsea. And I said that is wild to me. You don't like someone because they're playing a good game, and the internet was like, yeah, she's doing so well, I don't like her. I'm like, that is ridiculous.
She's cute too. Like, I kind of wish her and Cedric would have been a couple because they're both so cute.
She's older.
They're cute. They're fun. A few years, yeah.
I don't think she's that much older. I think he's 21, like 24.
Not that
I
much
really
older.
I don't know. I'm not even a Christian, but I like that he walked out with his.
Oh, she's 27.
Yeah, she's 27. He's 21. Still not that much.
He walked out with his Bible, folks. It was so nice. I don't know why I like it. It made me feel like, oh, the world is going to be okay, isn't it?
It's not. Oh. It's not. But thank you guys for joining us. Coming to you from outside of the Big Brother house. Good night.
Good night.